Welcome to Fantasia, home the melodious. My name's Azallea, and today gonna be bringing you guys my Dark Predaplant Lunalight combo tutorial. Now, if you think that this deck hybrid is crazy, the plays that it makes is even crazier, so that's why we had to bring along our moral support in the form of Dark Magician Girl. But anyway, this combo requires 4 different cards. You need your Predaplant Orpheus Scorpio. You need your Armageddon Knight, which of course you can also search out with your reinforcements of the army. You need your Lunalight Tiger, which you can search out with your Fire Formation Tenkis. And you need any monster card that you can discard for your Orpheus Scorpio's effect. So to start off this combo, you're going to have to normal summon your Orpheus Scorpio, and then you activate his effect. You're going to discard whatever monster card that you don't need at the moment, as long as you keep the Armageddon Knight and the Lunalight Tiger in your hand. You summon one of the Predaplant Darlingtonia Cobra from your deck. Now, Cobra's effect will activate because it's summoned by the effect of Orpheus Scorpio, and you can search out your Brilliant Fusion. Now, Brilliant Fusion is very important to this combo because you need your second normal summon in order to get this Armageddon Knight out of your hand. It also puts 2 bodies on the field, one in the form of Seraphonite and one in the form of Trick Clown. So we're going to do that after we actually overlay into this MX Saber Invoker. We need to clear up space. Always make sure you tidy up your field as you're going along, or else you're going to find out that it gets really cluttered really fast. So the MX Saber Invoker will actually allow us to access another one of our engines, which is the mini Zodiac engine that we have here. Now, we have access to Rapiers if we do need additional level 4 bodies on the field, but for this combo you actually don't need to get the Rapiers. You can actually go for a Zodiac Whiptail. So I'm going to summon the Whiptail straight from my deck. Now, here we can actually activate our Brilliant Fusion. Brilliant Fusion will allow us to fusion summon the Gem Knight Seraphonite from our extra deck by using the Performance Trick Clown and whatever Gem Knight monster that you want to run in your deck. It's completely up to you. And then we can summon our Seraphonite. Seraphonite's kind of a cloggy body on the field, but we can get rid of her later on. But anyway, when your Trick Clown is sent from the deck to the graveyard, it can activate its effect to special summon itself back at the cost of 1,000 life points, which is fine. But now we have 2 level 4 bodies on the field, and if you've watched my previous Lunalight combo tutorials, you know that we have to go for double searches with our Zodiac Brobble. So here you want to XYZ. Do not XYZ just using the Whiptail. You want to XYZ with both of these monsters. So you want to use the Trick Clown and the Whiptail to summon your Brobble. Now, you use your Brobble's effect, and you can detach your Zodiac Whiptail. This is actually very important. You want to keep your Trick Clown under your Zodiac monsters so that later on you can actually summon it back once you detach it to use their effects. So you can get another level 4 body on the field, which makes it kind of easier to go for your Daigusto Emeralds and other rank 4 XYZs. So the first card that you want to search is going to be, of course, the Lunalight Black Sheep, because you want access to polymerization as soon as possible. The next card that we're going to summon is going to be the Zodiac Tiger Mortar. Now, before we just used the Tiger Mortar to climb into our second Brobble, but here we actually have to use Tiger Mortar's effect, detaching the Brobble, and then targeting the Tiger Mortar and attaching this Zodiac Whiptail from the graveyard back to her. This is very important because now you get Whiptail's effect, where whenever your Zodiac monster battles an opponent's monster, you can banish it at the end of the damage calculation. So that's always really nice. And it also gives them some attack and defense, so they have sort of a little body of their own that you can go offensive with, and kind of deters your opponent from just freely attacking into your Dryden later. Anyway, on top of your Tiger Mortar, you want to overlay for your Zodiac Brobble. This will get you your second search. Now, Brobble's effect will activate. You detach your Zodiac Tiger Mortar. Now, you're going to search for your Lunalight Wolf, because now we have the proper setup in our hand of the... if you've watched my other Lunalight combo tutorials, this is the setup to bring out the Hope Harbinger. So now at this point we can just safely overlay into a Trident on top of this Brobble because we do not need it anymore, and we can go into our second normal summon with our Armageddon Knight. So using Seraphonite's normal summon that she grants us, we summon Armageddon Knight and use his effect to send a dark monster from the deck to the graveyard, and we're going to send the Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. Now, in order to summon your Harbinger, you have to have access to 2 copies of Polymerization, but we only have 1 copy right here with the copy of Lunalight Black Sheep. So we're going to search for a Polymerization right now. we're just going to bring a normal copy of polymerization for your first search. It's just to keep things safe, just in case something gets interrupted. Then you still have access to a fusion play. If you search for fusion substitute first, and you don't have enough materials on the field to actually go for a proper fusion summon, then it's going to be dead. Okay, so now here with the Lunalight Tiger, we're going to activate her in the Pendulum Scale, and then activate her effect to bring out the Lunalight Black Sheep from the graveyard. Now here it looks like our field is completely clogged, but we do have access to this Blackwing Zephyros the Elite in the graveyard. So you want to activate his effect and bounce back this Lunalight Black Sheep to your hand, so you can search for your other copy of Polymerization. Now you can summon your Zephyros out, and now you have 2 level 4 bodies on your side of the field. Before we do anything, let's just quickly grab this Fusion Substitute out of our deck. I prefer getting the Fusion Substitute because you can actually use its effect in this combo to get a free draw at the end. Okay, so here what we have to do is actually overlay into a Tornado Dragon. It's actually very important that you run the Tornado Dragon in this combo, because right here you can use Tornado Dragon's effect, detaching whatever you want. I prefer detaching the Armageddon Knight since we've already used Zephyros' effect, and you're going to destroy this brilliant fusion that's on this field, because you've already used Seraphonite's normal summon, but now she's clogging the field and we can't make the Harbinger if she's there. Now at this point, it's very similar to the other combos that we've done in the past. You use your Dryden's effect, attaching the Broad Bolt, targeting the Lunalight Tiger in the Pendulum Scale, so you can use her effect to bring back your Lunalight Black Sheep. And then because we have 2 Lunalight monsters now, we can go for a fusion summon with the Polymerization and summon our Lunalight Cat Dancer, the first Lunalight fusion that's touching the field after all this time, right? Anyway, the Lunalight Black Sheep's effect will activate, which will allow you to bring back the Lunalight Tiger from your extra deck back to your hand, which is really nice because now we can, of course, use her effect in the scale again as a monster reborn, activate that, and bring back the Lunalight Black Sheep once more. Now we can use the Fusion Substitute right here to fuse the Lunalight Cat Dancer and the Lunalight Black Sheep into a Lunalight Panther Dancer. Now this Lunalight Panther Dancer, once you summoned with the Black Sheep's effect can activate once again, and you can add the Lunalight Wolf from your graveyard back to your hand. Now that we have 2 Lunalight monsters in the graveyard, the Lunalight Cat Dancer and the Lunalight Black Sheep, we can activate the Lunalight Wolf in the Pendulum Scale, use its effect, and then we can summon out the second copy of Lunalight Panther Dancer from our extra deck by banishing both of those materials from our graveyard and summoning that. So now that we have 2 level 8 bodies on our side of the field, we can actually overlay it into a number 38 Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy. And this is just phenomenal setup right here, as you can see. Lunalights went from a fusion deck to the XYZ scum. But anyway, before we end our turn, we can actually use this Fusion Substitute in our graveyard, because remember, we destroyed our Seraphonite earlier. So we can put the Seraphonite back into our extra deck with this Fusion Substitute and get a free draw. So if you remember, you started this combo with 4 different cards in your hand. That means you'd have the 5th card that you had in your opening hand, as well as this draw from Fusion Substitute that could potentially be hand traps or additional back row to support this type of field. And of course, this field, we have Tornado Dragon, which can deal with field spells, continuous spell and trap cards, and Pendulum Scales, which is really great for shutting your opponent down. We also have Zodiac Dryden, which can deal with everything that Tornado Dragon deals with, but you can also destroy monsters on the field. So you can destroy your opponent's monsters while they're trying to combo off or establish their own field and basically prevent them from doing that. And last but not least, we have the number 38 Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy, who can not only negate spell cards, but you can also redirect attacks that are threatening your MX Saber Invoker or your Zodiac Dryden to him, and then you proceed to damage calculation. Your opponent might potentially lose their monster if they don't read this card carefully. And for our next turn, if we want to go for some recovery plays, or if we would just want to continue and reestablish stronger fields, we still have this MX Saber Invoker. Now remember that we summoned the Zodiac Whiptail with this Invoker, and we still have 2 copies of Rapier in our deck. So this Invoker can potentially just jumpstart our combos next turn by summoning the Rapiers. You can go for Daigusto Emeralds and everything to recycle your Zodiac Engine, go for additional searches, and all that good stuff. So yeah, that does it for this combo tutorial. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please leave a like, subscribe for more Lunalight content, and leave a comment down below letting me know what I can do to improve. And until next time, take care.